Good evening, students. So we'll be beginning with our session for today, which is organized by EduAdvise International for Canterbury Christ Church University. And today we have our co-host Isha Arora, who is the Business Development Manager, and she will be covering up the topics of studying in the UK, the future opportunities, and the entry requirements. And by the end of the session, we will also have a Q&A, and you'll are free to ask all the questions that I will be having by the end of the session. So now over to Isha.
Hi, EduAdvise team. So, very warm welcome to each one of you who is here for this webinar. Before we start, I cannot see you, but I'm sure you are able to see me. I will tell you something very interesting about EduAdvise group. I'm sure you'll be interested to know. One great thing about the team here on ground is that they never say no. Isn't it good? If you ask them for anything, they will say, yes, we will try our best. And I'm sure they are able to deliver whatever they promise. So you are in best hands, whatever you plan to do for your future. And if you are with EduAdvise team, I'm sure you'll have the best experience as a student and the right mentorship and the right knowledge. And I believe the processes they have are truly transparent. Rest assured, we are going to have a good time here at this webinar. We will go through a little bit about the university, which is very important because we should be aware about what is the plan of action, where are we going to study, why this university, why UK, what is it that is going to impress you for this university. So we are going to have a very short, crisp, and interesting webinar. I will try to keep you engaged. Yeah, just be here, and if you have any questions, you can always keep popping up in the chat box, but I will address them all in the end. Yeah, starting with this first slide, which says truly global and diverse campus. We are going to assure you that if you are studying here, you are going to experience diversity. You are not going to be just with Indian students. Of course, you'll have students from across the world. And if you are moving out from your country, I would always suggest you to try mingle up with students from different parts of the world as well. Otherwise, there is no point of moving out of your home country. Yeah. I'll move on to the next slide. Now, we will cover a little bit about the brand. What is Canterbury Christ Church University? When did it start? What are the plus points studying here? So, in a nutshell, it is, I know in today's state, students are very, very well versed with what is happening around the world, and they just want everything should be best. Yeah. So I will not, like I said, I will not bore you with talking too much about this. I will say it is number one university in the UK for employment. So when I say that, if you are studying here, there is high chance of you getting a job since it is highly ranked, because students who are studying here get employed within 15 months after graduating. So that means there is something that the university is doing that will help you in future. And my understanding is that the programs they are offering are all designed in a way that you are future ready. Yeah. Second important thing that can attract you is that we have wide range of programs here. It is like a shopping mall. When you start scrolling through the courses, you will get confused. Should I choose this or should I choose that? Now, for example, if at all you come across two programs where you feel that you can do this and you can also do that, how will you come out of that confusion? You have to reach out to EduAdvise team. I said it in the beginning that they are going to assist you for everything. Second thing is always check personally. If you are checking, check the course modules and see which course module is better for you, and whatever course modules you feel that studying XYZ program will help you to attain a job, choose that program. Yeah. So coming back to the point, we have programs which includes teaching, health and medicine, digital and creative arts, humanities, social and applied sciences, technology and engineering. And I will tell you one more thing. Suppose when you go for a shopping for any, if you want to buy blazer for yourself, okay, and you're looking for a particular type of blazer at any store, if you do not have, let's say, gray, but you want it, you may go ahead and buy a similar one in perhaps black color. So when you have too many options, the plus point is if not A, then you have B. If you are looking forward to study, let's say, artificial intelligence, it is unfortunately not there at Canterbury Christ Church University, but you will find an alternate of that, or maybe artificial intelligence is a subject slash a module at any program. So if not A, then you will have an alternate here at Triple C. This is for sure. You will be spoiled for choices. It's that great, right? Third thing that you need to remember is that we have various industry connects, business and professionals in both public and private spheres. So when we have connections, that means you should not really worry about how will I find a job, because when these professionals come down to the university for maybe it could be some seminar or some type of fair, that is the point where you need to connect with them and network with them, and that's how you may attain a job here. Yeah, we have a multi-special campus at the university, which is home to around 15,000 students. Out of those students, 1/5 of them are postgrad students, and we have recently made a lot of changes in the campus and made it world class. Yeah, I'll move on to the next slide. What are the key strengths of Triple CU? So when I say key strengths, what should you pick? I mean, when I say pick, that means why should you focus on Triple CU to study undergrad, postgrad, whatever program? So we have wide range of unique programs. We have discussed that. We are known for diversity and inclusiveness. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This was by mistake. Okay. So we are known for diversity and inclusiveness. We have students from across the world, from over 80 countries. Imagine you are sitting in a classroom where you have a Chinese friend, a Japanese friend, an Arabic friend from different parts of the world. You will feel, wow, you have students, you have friends from across the world, and you feel better and confident. Yeah. Sometimes perhaps you can go to the church with them. Sometimes you can take them to the temple, or vice versa. So it is known as multicultural environment. That is very important for any student who is studying, especially across outside of the home country. We have strong employment records. We have discussed that. We are known for social mobility. If any student who is from a disadvantaged background, it could be any health issue or somebody who does not have too much money, any sort of that background, they may have support from the university. How? If you want to know, then reach out to us. We'll give you more information. Research. So we are known for growing reputation for research programs. If any of you who are willing to study PhD, at this point, unfortunately, we do not have the course list for research programs. However, once we have it, we'll inform the EduAdvise team and you can get in touch with them. Student satisfaction, we have achieved high scores for student satisfaction in the National Student Survey, and I will talk more about it in the coming slides. This we have discussed, so I'll move on to the next slide. Facilities. So we have 65 million pounds invested in new facilities, which includes new laboratories, we have polo farms, we have sports center. So when I say sports center, any one of you who is a sports fanatic, I mean, I'm sure you may be found in the sports center, but do not focus too much on other things. Your priority should be your studies. You can enjoy, of course, you are going to have fun as well, but don't really work. Your studies should be your priority, no other thing. Moving to the next slide, our campuses. So we have 3 campuses at Triple CU. The first and the main campus is Canterbury, and the other 2 are Midway and Turnbridge Wells. Now here, always remember when you appear for an interview, and don't stress out, I will talk about interviews later, but first understand the university campuses. So these are the 3 campuses we have. Canterbury is the main campus. So 98 to 99% you will be allotted this campus. Always check on the website what campus has been allotted to you. Yeah, because sometimes what happens is students forget to check, and let's say Medway is your campus. When you are appearing for the interview and we ask you which is your campus and you say Canterbury, I mean, they will not fail you, but it is a negative mark. So don't think that if I have said that Canterbury is the main campus, that means you will get this campus only. Always check on your offer letter which campus has been allotted to you. Okay. Second important thing, we are not in London. Okay. Very common mistake which students make is they say during the interview that I have applied to Canterbury Christ Church University, Because it is based out in London. Absolutely correct. Absolutely incorrect answer. If you say this, there are high chances of rejection. Remember that we are not in London. Now, third question that could be asked is, how far are you from central London? And some students are not aware about that because they have not researched. But Canterbury is approximately an hour and a half from central London by train. And if you drive, it's similar depending on the traffic. So you can always check on Google Maps how much time will it take for you to reach Canterbury. Let's move on to the next slide. We have on-campus accommodation. Also, so my suggestion is, don't delay the accommodation booking, but you can shortlist the accommodation and book when you clear the interview. Because if you book it and if you fail the interview, which I doubt you will, but I'm supposed to inform you this part. If you fail the interview and your accommodation is booked, and then there will be a ruckus, you will have to ask for a refund and all that mess. So my suggestion is, always shortlist the accommodation depending on your budget and the location. Location means depending on how closest accommodation to your campus, so that you can just walk around and reach the campus. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, always remember, you are not just going to go there to study, of course. If you have invested in studying abroad, it is obvious that you want to have fun as well. You should actually have fun and explore the places around the campus. So we have stunning beaches. We have fascinating history. We have wonderful shopping. So girls out here, if any, this is your bonus. Exciting festivals. So we have different type of city festivals happening around, which you will get to know. You can participate in all these things. Now, when I say stunning beaches and fascinating history, be mindful. This is not like a very, very busy town. Okay. It is, since it's outskirts, it's quieter. It's known as Garden of England. So when it is known as Garden of England, I'm sure you can assume how beautiful this place is. Place which has fascinating history. So in short, this place is beautiful, less traffic, less pollution, less people, more things to explore, and it's beautiful. You will also find spectacular landscapes, dramatic coastlines, pretty villages, and bustling towns. So it's a worth living place. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. How will you be supported at CCCU? So when we say this, that means we are not just going to support you settling down, but we are also going to have different cells. So cells means our departments in a way, which will help you with your English. If at all any one of you is lacking behind and they are not able to understand anything, we have a cell that will help you to understand English, to learn English, to soak in the environment. Learning resources. So I always remember, if you're traveling around any university, not just CCCU, I can give you in writing that understanding the process, learning process is definitely going to give you little trouble. Why? Because here in India, the learning process is different, and in the UK, the learning process is different. But believe me or not, it is way better than India. I'm not talking bad about my country, but I'm telling you the reality. It is way better than India, because what happens is you are not practicing what you are learning. Therefore, you are learning it. Okay, that's called, there's a word, I'm not able to recall the word, but try to understand what I'm saying. You are learning the answers, but here, if you study, you are going to apply the language practically. The exams here in India, you can cheat and pass. I'm sure you must have done it in schools with passing the chits. Even I have done it, and it's fun. But when you are studying in the UK, you cannot do it. It's very difficult because you need to apply your brains here in the UK. Even if you're not aware about what the question is, you cannot cheat. I'm not haunting you. This is a fact. And I'm telling you, by the end of this program, whatever program you study, you will become a master of whatever you have studied. If it is business, you will become a master of business. If you are studying, let's say, graphic design, you'll become a master of graphic design, because what you are learning is what you're applying. It's amazing, brilliant way of teaching. Yeah. So you will have proper resources. You will have peer mentors. You may also feel panicked that I want to go back home, because here in India, we are so much spoon fed that we are habitual to have somebody who is feeding us with food, with money, with everything. But when you are staying alone, you are going to face difficulty because you're not habitual to this. And we have peer mentors who are going to be with you, who are going to help you. And it is, I could say, in layman's language, it is like hand holding process. They will hold your hand till the time you settle down in the country, at the university. And then they are going to take a back seat and you will be on your own. Yeah. So we have counseling and mental health and emotional well-being also. So such teams are also there, because in today's date, mental health is something that is very important for each one of us. I have people or friends of friends of friends who are not even 20 and they are in depression. Imagine for what? And I fail to understand that depression comes from where? From where? In the age of 20, how can you be depressed? How can you be depressed? There should not be a reason for depression, but this is the fact. So we have a proper counseling center for students who are going to help you understand what is mental health, how to be mentally healthy, how to have your emotional well-being. Don't cry over useless things. Things are going, they are going to come back to you. You just need to work it out. Yeah. So all these things will be taken care of. If you are having any issues overcoming, we also help overcoming barriers to achievement. It means that somebody who is not able to secure the right scores, we try to understand what is happening. That means the student is not able to understand what is going around. So we have separate cells where we are going to assist the students to overcome the barriers to achieve. Yeah. So you are going to be taken care of entirely. You don't have to worry at all when you are here at CCC. Yeah. If you need any financial advice, we have that as well. Now, financial advice does not mean that your fee structure. It means, suppose you are, just giving you an example, from the UK, you want to travel to Europe for perhaps, let's say, it could be a trip to any XYZ place, and you're thinking to travel in holidays, and the university is closed. How much money you need to carry, how to apply for the visa, from where to exchange money, all of that advice we can give you. Financial advice. How much money should you carry, from where you can get the currency exchange, etc., etc. Right? If you are facing any issues, suppose if you want to take a loan and if you are confused when to take a loan, how to take a loan, XYZ, whatever. So we have a financial team who are going to advise you. Yeah. I'll move on to the next slide. And as I have informed you previously, you are not here to bore yourself. You're not just here to study, but you can join a students' union, sports and fitness clubs, or art and culture club. We have over 100 societies ranging from all these things: arts, crafts, media, vegetarian and vegan society, anything. Even you can just be a part of a couple of societies, but I repeat, not at the cost of your education. Please make sure your attendance is at par. If your attendance drops, if your marks are dropped, you will face difficulty in fetching post-study work in the UK. Yeah. Please be very, very careful on this. So the actual slides about the university program start from this slide. Scholarships, we have guaranteed scholarship of £1,500. If you are a postgrad student, it will be just 1,500 since it's for 1 year. If you are an undergrad student, it is going to be 1,500 into 3, that is £4,500. And it is guaranteed, you don't have to apply separately. IELTS. So IELTS score requirement is 6 with no less than 5.5, which is common for both undergrad and postgrad. PTE requirement is 59 overall with no element below 59. TOEFL IBT is acceptable in person and online, and this is the score required for Oxford ELLT, 6 with no less than 5 initial limit. This is for both undergrad and postgrad. Yeah, I'll move on to the next slide. This is a very important slide for the ones who have cleared grade 12 and waiting for the result, and the ones who already have their grade 12 and willing to apply for undergrad, and the ones who have got undergrad degree already are willing to apply for a postgrad. So all 3 types of students, we have the answers for all of you. I will start with this program. If you are applying for an undergrad program, which is for 3 years, we need minimum 12th 60% in your 12th. Okay. If you do not have 60%, and let's say you have got 56%, you can apply for a foundation year plus undergrad, which is for 4 years. Anybody who scored between 55 to 59% in their intermediate, which is grade 12, they can apply for this program. It is 4 years, which will have an integrated CAS. Yeah. CAS is confirmation for acceptance of studies, which is provided to the student once they clear everything. And after you have CAS, you can apply for the visa, which EduAdvise team will assist you with. Yeah. I mean, not that they're just going to assist you with the visa, they will assist you with the entire process, but I'm just letting you know, they are also going to assist you with the visa process. Now, let's say you have applied for foundation plus undergrad, you will have one common CAS. And for this, you need this IELTS score 5 with no less than 5.5 in each component. And let's say if one of you have got even lesser than this, let's say 47%, okay, you are going to apply for 1 year of international foundation program. For this, the entry requirement is lesser than 55%, 45 to 54% basically. So yeah, this is for IFP, which is a 1-year program. It will be a separate program altogether because you will have to pay the full fee in one go. And remember, for IFP, you need to have UKVILs, which is the score requirement is 5 with score no less than 4 and 4.5 in writing, which is recommended. Yeah. And the last one is postgrad program, which is 1 year. If you have scored 55% in undergrad, you are eligible for a direct postgrad. Now, let's say if at all your IELTS score is lesser. I'm just giving you an example. It could be maybe 5.5, let's say. Okay. Overall score is 5.5. Then in that case, you can apply for a pre-master's program. Again, it is for 1 year. Okay. Everything is same. If you have got lesser score, then only you can apply for pre-master's. Or option number 2 is give an IELTS again. Second, I mean, if you don't want to waste money in studying pre-masters for 1 year, then you can apply for IELTS one more time. And if you have enough money, if you're rich, you can come stay for 1 year and then progress to postgrad. For all programs, the course fee is 15,500 each year. Yeah, each year. Undergrad, postgrad is anyway for 1 year, so 15,500. You get a scholarship of 1,500, which is guaranteed for postgrad, and it comes down to 14,000. Now, for undergrad, it is 1,500 into 3. That comes to 4,500. So you get scholarship each year. So they'll keep deducting it for you. Okay. I will move on to the next slide. And remember, for IFP, if at all you're applying, you will have to pay the full fee. That is 15,500 for CAS purposes. If you do not pay, CAS will not be issued to you. Pre-sessional English. So anybody who has less score, they can apply for pre-sessional. I'll zoom this a bit. Okay. So anybody who has less score in English can apply for pre-sessional. Let's say you have scored 5 with no less than 4.5. Okay. You can apply for 10 week of pre-sessional. And it starts on 4th July. You can do it online or offline, but the rate will remain same, 3,700. If you have little more than this, that means let's say instead of 5, you've got 5.5 with a minimum of 5 in all elements. Then you can apply for pre-sessional English 6 weeks starting on 1st August. Okay. If you have applied for any of these programs, psychology, English literature, applied linguistics, and your score is 5.5 overall with minimum of 5, then you can opt for 10 week of pre-sessional. And if your score is more than this 6 with no less than 5.5, then you can opt for 6 week of pre-session. The cost for the pre-sessional English remains same, 3,700 for 10 weeks and 2,200 for first week. And for this, you need UKVI IELTS. So my suggestion is, now I'll tell you, the risk would be, let's say you applied with an academic IELTS and you've got this score, correct? This will not be accepted because they need UKVI IELTS. Only if you are sure that you want to go with pre-sessional English, then apply with UKVI IELTS. Alternatively, if you have a lesser score, go for one more IELTS. I mean, proceed with one more attempt. That will be cheaper for you. I mean, choice is yours. Either you go for pre-sessional or you go for second round of IELTS. Completely your call, whatever suits you, you can do that. But remember, for this, you need to have a UKVI IELTS, which is different from academic IELTS, okay? And it has a separate CAS. The CAS with this and the program is not same. Require documents for academic acceptance. So what all documents you need to provide so that we can accept your applications earliest possible. Before we talk about this, few things for you to remember. The turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours. If you make an error in the application, the turnaround time will increase, right? And how much it will increase, I cannot say. If it is an error-free application, it will be very quick. Okay, you need to have completely filled up application. Number one, clear scanned copy of passport. Make sure it is your passport, clearly scanned, not expired. It should be more than the validity should be more than 6 months. If your passport is going to expire, immediately renew it and then apply. Or second thing you can do is, if your passport validity is 6 months, make an application, and in the meantime you can perhaps apply for a renewal of the passport. You discuss with the agent, EduAdvise team, and they will suggest you what is the right method to adopt for your seamless transition to CCCU. Third, official transcript. We need official transcript, official certificate. Now, let's say you have, I'm just giving you an example. Don't confuse yourself. If you have studied in another language, let's say any one of you who is from Gujarat, if your transcript/certificate is in Gujarati, none of us will understand. You need to provide us with translations of your transcripts and certificates. If the translation is not provided, there will be a delay in the process. Okay. References should be latest. If you are applying for, let's say, MBA, that's a postgrad program, and if you are working after your undergrad, we ideally need one latest reference, but if you have two, nothing like that. So you can apply with one academic reference and one official letter of reference. Next one is statement of purpose, which is most important, and this is where the mistake happens. Now, this is going to be a 2D explanation. One will be for the students and the other one will be for the agents. For the students, if at all you write something on the SOP which is fake, and when you are interviewed, there is a discrepancy. Example, in the SOP, you've mentioned that my father will be sponsoring me as he has a business of anything, XYZ. In the interview, you say that my father is working with XYZ company and he will be sponsoring me. This leads to a discrepancy, and either they will reject the SOP, or they will reject you, or the process will be delayed. Either of these three things can happen depending on the mood of the interviewer plus or admission whoever has seen your application. Okay, so this is for the student. For the agent, let's say there is a student named Mohit. Okay, Mohit has applied for 3 universities. One is CCCU, Canterbury Christ Church University. Second one is University of Law, and third one is let's say University for the Creative Arts. 3 universities, 3 different programs. Now, what the counselor has done, because we are proceeding with the deadlines, because there is a rush hour, too much work, less staff, and one person is handling so many applications. So what this counselor did by mistake, the first application was for ULaw, University of Law, and they made the SOP. The agent has made the SOP. They copied the SOP, pasted at the other 2 universities. So now at CCCU, the name is correct, Mohit's. The course is different. It will be declined because it is not CCCU. It is mentioned, my name is Mohit. I have applied for MA Global Communication, Global Marketing and Communication. At CCCU, they have applied for MBA, and at UCA, they've applied for another program, Business Analytics. All 3 different programs. But here at CCCU, you have mentioned wrong university and wrong program name. This will lead to a declination, therefore delay in the process. Everything is correct, but just one silly mistake can lead to a delay. Please, both of you, when I say both of you, it means dear student and dear agent, please make sure whoever is writing the SOP should be checked at least twice, thrice, so that there should be no error. And try not to copy paste from your friends, dear students. If your friend is also applying to Triple CU, do not copy it. We will get to know in a second that you have applied, and both the SOPs will be rejected, leading to delay in the process. And same for agents. If you are having a particular draft which you have prepared for the students to copy and paste and just fill in the blanks, don't do that. When the language is same, we will get to know in a second that it has been copied. All of us are going to suffer because of this. Please use your brains, write it yourself. You can ask EduAdvise team to cross-check and improvise your SOP. I'm sure they are really good. They will help you. But my suggestion is write your personal statement yourself, because it is called personal statement. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody can feel what you want. Nobody can feel what you have studied, what you have gone through. Nobody knows what are your skills. Only you yourself knows who you are the best possible way. So don't depend on anybody. Write it yourself. Okay. We need up-to-date CV. All the references from your school or college should be on a paper letterhead. If it is not provided on a letterhead, it will be declined, and it should comment on the suitability of your further studies. Employer references should include details of your role, including duties, lengths of employment. All references should be on letterhead, signed number 1, stamped number 2, dated number 3, official email number 4, contact number 5. 5 things to remember, actually 6 letterhead. So 6 things you need to keep in mind. Even if one is missing, it will cause a delay. Yeah. So we have done this in quite detail, and I'm sure and I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, there should be no error in the documents. There are 2 intakes, but sometimes if there are availability of seats, the university opens up 3rd intake, which is a mid intake. For example, this year they had a mid intake and it is closed now. That is August intake. Okay. All files need to be uploaded individually in a PDF format. Do not collate files and upload one file. Please submit it separately with the correct file names. Passport, undergrad certificate, undergrad transcript. Everything should be named properly and upload it in a PDF format. The application should only be accepted via GUS portal, which only EduAdvise team can do, not the student. Student email ID and contact number details, once registered, cannot be changed. Dear students, if at all you have changed your email address, please provide with the agents with your valid email address and contact number, which you usually check. If you are giving us wrong number and wrong email address, you will not be able to receive any communication from us, okay? Leading to delay, and you may lose the intake also, which has happened in the past with a lot of students, okay? Moving to the next slide. Consultation session and precast interviews. Okay, now I'm going to explain you how it works. So when you apply at Triple CU, within 24 to 48 hours, you should receive a conditional offer. After that conditional offer is released, I will conduct an interview for you. Usually I give out the results there and then. Okay. Now, if let's say conditions are complete, the recording will be checked by the international team. If they are happy, the next process will be they are going to issue you an unconditional offer. Okay. Remember, for conditional offer, student ID will be separate, different, starting with double C. Okay. And when you have an unconditional offer, the student ID will start with 100. Remember that. So your main ID is the Triple CU ID starting with 100. Once you have the unconditional offer, within 24 to 48 hours, accept the offer, and you will be invited for the last interview, that is precast interview. This interview consultation session will be conducted at India time. Precast interview will be conducted at UK time. Even if it is not mentioned on the interview invite, please remember precast is always at UK time. Okay. Now, example, precast interview, I'm happy to conduct a precast mock interview for you if at all you need my assistance. Let's say you clear the interview, you will have to pay the deposit. So this is a very good USP that you don't have to pay until you clear the interview. The university is giving you sufficient time to complete the interviews, to complete the process, and then pay the deposit, which is £5,000 after you clear this interview. Once you pay the deposit, then you apply for the visa. And once you clear the precast interview, you should start looking for accommodations, as we discussed during the accommodation slide. Okay. Now, on what basis are the students rejected here for these interviews? If you have learned the answers, high chances of rejection. If you do not remember the course modules, could be rejected. If you're not aware about the course assessment, which is mentioned on the course page at the website, please read about it. If I ask you, why have you applied to the UK? Why not any other country? And if you come back to me saying UK is a beautiful country, so what? Even India is a beautiful country. So the answers should be academic oriented. We are looking for answers that make sense. Any country in this world you choose will be beautiful. No country is dirty. Every country has got its own charm. So saying that it has got beautiful gardens is, you're not going there to do bird watching. You're going to study there. So what exactly is your research point is what we are looking for. Why triple CU? Why not any other university? If you say, I got a scholarship here, doesn't make sense to me. Scholarship, if you apply, 99% universities are providing scholarships. I mean, hardly you will find any university that will not provide you with give you a scholarship. Every university in the UK will be giving you a scholarship. So saying that this university has given me scholarship does not make sense. Again, we are looking for academic oriented answers. If I'm making sense to you, please research on the website. The answers are all the answers are there on the website. If I ask you why triple CU, and if you say it is in London, wrong answer. It is not in London. You can be rejected on this. What are your career goals? Some students say, I do not know, ma'am. Once I graduate, I will decide. 100% wrong answer. I mean, even if you have not planned, just say anything. Prepare your answer. Just for the sake of passing the interview, say it. You don't have to be so blunt saying, I don't know. After I clear my, finish my course, I will think about it, which is, I know the reality, but just say it. Accommodation details, not aware. Referee details are not clear. So these are the basic things that can lead to rejection. Yeah. Let's move on to the next slide. So usually precast interviews are conducted on Microsoft Teams, where your camera and microphone should be on, and the details and link to the interview with joining instructions will be sent to you 24 to 48 hours prior to the interview date and time. Okay. So don't keep coming to us and saying that we have not received the interview link. If you have not received within 24 hours, then you let me know that interview link has not been shared with us. Okay. And always check the spam folder before reaching out to me that the interview link has not been sent. Sometimes it is sent, but it reaches the spam folder. Now, this usually looks like a student portal. After you receive an unconditional offer, within 24 hours, you will have a link to open your student portal. So here, if you see, these things will be mentioned on the student portal. That means your student application ID. You remember I said it starts with 100. So this is your application ID, course name, entry year, faculty. You have an unconditional offer, formally accepted. If you don't accept your offer, we will be under this impression that you are not willing to proceed with your offer. Please check if everything is correct. Start month, program name, everything should be correct. At any point, if you feel that there is some error, please reach out to me immediately. And there will be tiles here. Okay. So when there is this tile, documents required, that means there is something missing from your end. Although you have received unconditional offer, but there is something missing from your end. Maybe you've not uploaded one document. It could be your bank statement, or it could be anything that is not proper. They will put this here on the tile. Documents required. Open it and you will get to know. So here, usually they put this tile, book interview, action required. You click here and this tile will open this, respond to the interview invitation. You have to, options will be yes, no, maybe, and everything will be mentioned here. The time, the date, and it will be, of course, online. So everything is mentioned here. Spaces left 5. That means 5 spaces are left. If you do not respond, all these 5 will be exhausted by other students. Okay. Now, what could happen? They may, I mean, it completely depends that it is possible that they may not send you this tile, okay, and they may just directly send you an email that, hi Mohit, you have a precast interview scheduled for 3rd May, or maybe 3rd May is Saturday, let's say 6th May, Tuesday at 1700. That's it. Now the student is confused. What is 1700? Is it UK time or India time? So it is 5 p.m. UK time. Remember that. Okay. So you have to have a look at here. And let's say you have not got this tile. No email, and you've been waiting for them to send you an interview invite. Go to contact us, send an email requesting for an interview invitation. Okay, this is how it works out. Okay, now this is the last slide. Like I promised you, it is going to be short and sweet. So you need to remember that this is for both the students and the agent. We are no longer accepting applications from Hyderabad, Haryana, Punjab, or Uttar Pradesh. But if you have applications from Gurugram, Noida, although a part of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, they can be accepted geographically as a part of Delhi. English waiver, I'm sure you must be thinking and waiting for me to tell you this. So if you have scored 70% or higher for state boards like Maharashtra, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, you will get an IELTS waiver. If you have studied from CBSE or ICSE board, you are eligible for, with 65%, you are eligible for an IELTS waiver. If you have studied from IB board, you are eligible for an IELTS waiver. If there are any other state boards that are not mentioned here, unfortunately, you will have to appear for an IELTS or PTE or IBT, whatever. TOEFL, IBT. Triple CU has increased the deposit for international foundation year to full fee for CAS purposes, which we have discussed. PTE requirement is 59 overall with no element less than 59 for both undergrad and postgrad. Duolingo and MOI is not accepted here. Double masters can be accepted, but it depends from case to case. If you have applied for, suppose if you have studied MBA already and you're applying for another MBA, guaranteed rejection. If you have studied MBA and if you're applying for global marketing and communications, this could be accepted, but not sure. If you have studied, let's say, M.Tech, Masters in Technology, and now you're applying for an MBA, could be accepted depending on why are you applying for another master's. If you are able to justify your reason for applying for double masters, could be accepted. So I will not give you a confident answer, yes or no, but it depends from case to case. Deposit fee is £5,000. International scholarship is 1,500 per year for undergrad. For postgrad, it is 1,500 only. Pre-masters, which we discussed previously, for the ones who've got less score in masters, could be IELTS, or percentage or lesser than 55% in undergrad, can apply for pre-masters, which is 12,550. 1-year program, there is no scholarship, it is already discounted. And pre-CAS interviews are at UK time, which we have discussed already. This brings us to the end of the session. If you have any questions, please ask me. You can also give me the feedback if you were bored, or if we can improve, or if we can shorten it or expand the training session completely. I'm happy with any of your feedback or questions. There is a question: after a bachelor's in electrical engineering, what are the possible masters I can look at with you all? Okay, so Shania, I would suggest you to speak with the counselor at EduAdvise, who can give you different options available at the university. And of course, we'll have to check what you are studying at the moment and what all things you can do. Yeah. And another thing, what I can do for you is, we usually at Triple C, we have course related webinars. Some webinars have are complete and few are upcoming. So I will see if we have any engineering webinar which has recently passed by. I will send it to the EduAdvise team, the recording and the PDFs, and you can perhaps have a look. And if that does not answer your question, then you can get in touch with the agent. Maybe they can help you with the answer. Next question from Nathan Samson. Okay. The peer mentors at Triple C So how it works is when you are at the university, of course, you'll be allotted a peer if at all you want. So right now, we'll not be able to give you, there is no such process. But when you are at the university, we are going to allot you a peer. So it is a long way to go. How reliable is employment after course? You can go through the YouTube channel where the students who've graduated have found jobs after studying at CCC. So maybe that is quite authentic, genuine, and that way you will be able to understand that how are they getting jobs after studying at CCC. I hope that answers your question. Do we have any more questions here? Okay, whoever is a student here, can you just raise your hand? I would just like to know if you are it takes about, if there is no error in the application, it takes about 15 working days. Mehran, this is your question. So yeah, there is a question from Nathan. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I will share this last slide once again. He could not read it. You have to be there at Microsoft Teams with your microphone and camera on. You will have the instructions on how to join 24 to 48 hours prior to your interview time and date. And you need to remember that if at all you don't receive the email within 24 to 48 hours, check your junk or spam folder. If you still don't have it, then you reach out to me. That's all.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Anybody? Okay, I am assuming that all of us are clear about the brand, about the programs.
So, Isha, I think majority of them have liked the university and the programs that I believe you've explained to them today. So,
Perfect. Now that all of you have liked it, you have to apply to the university. Yes.
hopefully they will and they will come forward.
But thank you so much for arranging this. And I hope it was little bit helpful. If not entirely, then little bit helpful.
Also, we would just, on behalf of EduAdvise International, we want to thank you, Isha, for putting forward such an amazing and an informative webinar. And I hope the students enjoyed it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day and
Thank you, Isha.
hope to see you soon in person.
Likewise. We will see you soon. Thank you so much, Isha, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.